Hello everyone, so it's sort of morning now. It's now 20 to 11 on day 2. I was going to make my congee outside using the tea bag as I mentioned yesterday, but I got to the son's school and found out it was sports day, so I forgot about that, so I had to spend an hour or so at the sports day. So I've now come back now and it's just getting before lunchtime. I'm getting a little bit peckish now, so all that food yesterday did fill me up right until now. But as I did say, I do have a little bit of leftovers, sort of leftover from yesterday lunchtime, which has been inside the fridge, or yesterday dinner. So I'm going to eat that now. That's going to be my little snack, as I did say I was going to eat it, and that hopefully should tie me over for a big dinner. I'm sort of on there itself, which I'm now going to hopefully start the process of. Now it's going to take approximately 3 hours to make lunch, or to make dinner today. So what we're doing, we are making a loaf, so a milk bread loaf, which could take 3 hours, and then I'll do some sort of a little dish to go with that loaf later on this evening. So you'll find out what I'm going to do then. But I'm now going to start the process of making the loaf now. Okay, so we are, as I did say, we're now making rice milk bread. So there's 2 steps to it. Step 1, I've got to make the rice milk, and step 2, you actually dough it and knead it up to make the dough. But this one does say I've got to soak 155 grams of rice, which we've got here, in hot water for 2 to 3 hours. So that's it. So I'll see you again in 3 hours time with that. Yeah, and we'll go through the next process. All you've got to do is just soften the rice up. But this is all I've got left now from that original bag of rice. It's only day 2. So I didn't realise how much rice I was using. So hopefully this bread will keep me going for 2-3 days, sort of on there. So it should make a fairly big loaf, and I should make quite a lot of bread out of it. And the rice itself, I might make a little pate, because I've got to blend it and that sort of stuff, get the milk out of it. There might be something left after it. If there is, I'll use that for some other sort of sauce, because I don't want to waste anything. Everything's got to be used. So let's see it in 2 hours. So I said I'll see it in 2 hours, but I even tested this. Wonder what this tastes cold. So let's have a quick look. So there we go. Not too bad. That'll keep me going. There's a good portion in there. So that's it. That's lunch sorted. That's breakfast / a little bit of lunch. We'll see what we do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to need something really easy, using hardly any resources. I might just live off that and just go for the main meal tonight. Hey, let's have a look. This 2 to 3 hour wait is killing me. I am so hungry now. That little portion of rice and beans I had this morning left over from last night isn't really filling me up. The rice is still in the jug. So once I've strained that and blitzed it, whatever the leftover, I'm going to make something out of it. So, but don't know yet. I might just fry it up, boil it, fry it. I don't know, but I'm getting so hungry now. The annoying thing is, I'll show you what's inside the fridge. Every time I open up the fridge, all the kids' yogurts are in there. There's a Twix bar which I bought for myself last week and I forgot I had it. So I know it's mine, but I can't have it. It's just sitting in there. Oh, I want it. Get on there. Yeah, but other than that, the only thing in this is mine. That's mine, all mine. The rest of it, kids, can't touch a single drop of it. Never mind, we'll just close it up and wait another day. But this is mine. This is mine. Yes, we can do this. Oh, see, look, I'm allowed something out of my fridge. I can have some water. Oh, that's cold. Straight out of the fridge. Hey, let's get through this. Let's get through this with my glass of water and my rice. I'll get through this. If they can do it, I can do it. Okay, so it's been 3 hours. I'm a bit hungry now, so the first job we're going to... Oh, that's something warning. Right, the first thing we're going to do is drain this through the sieve into the sink, and then we're going to add 1 litre of room temperature water into the thing, and then we're going to blitz it with the blender. Right, let's just empty this out. So the rice should still be fairly raw. All we're really doing is just soften them up a little bit. Just get all the water out. Right, so in goes the water. 1 litre. And now, instructions says blend on high for 2 minutes. There we go then. When this is all done. Oops, just lifted it up too high and it went everywhere. Keep on going. Okay, so the next job, it says you've got to strain the rice milk through some cheesecloth or muslin. I don't have any of that, but I do have some really thin cotton inside the house. We've got a sieve underneath here. So I've just cleaned the bowl up, cleaned the mess up, and I will now, hopefully this will work. Is it going to work? Okay, it's a bit of a messy job, but it's working fine. So I put the milk in there. It's the last bit of milk. Squeeze all that stuff out of there. Lift this up. Probably a lot better way to do this. Oh dear, I'm dropping the pulp now. We want the food, it's a bit like baby rice or semolina what's left. Yeah. And then let's put all that in there. We're not going to waste it. I'm going to fry that up very shortly. And with a little bit of oil, a little bit of cumin, and that'll be my lunch. Okay, so after all my faffing around, this is what's left of the pulp. I've got 450 mils of rice milk from that litre. I can only fit 800 mils of fluid in that blender machine, and so I've had to waste some, and I lost loads when I spilt it all over the floor. But the recipe only needed 190 mils of milk, so that means I've got a little bit of milk left over, so I got a little bit better drink than having just some water. So we're going to give it a little taste now. Right, so let's get the glass, a bit of milk inside there, and let's see what it's like. I've never had rice milk before. Tastes like rice milk. It's not too bad really, it's a little bit creamy. It's a lot better than just drinking some water. And that's the first bit of food I had since I've had anything to eat early on. So I'm going to put this in the fridge now, let it chill for a little bit, clean the area down, get the flour out and start getting ready to bake the bread. Just get a little bit of oil. Yeah, a little bit of oil in the pan. And then we'll heat that up, move that around. And we'll just bung the rice in, give it a little bit of a fry. Then we're going to add a little bit of cumin to it as well. Actually, I might heat the cumin up first. There we go. Nice bit of spice in there. And then let's get this rice. Yeah, let's get this rice in there. There it is. That's all in there, and we'll mix all that up. So I've actually used a lot more oil. I've dabbed 2 lots more inside here since the last little clip. The rice is really soaking the oil up, but it's smelling good. Like a few more minutes, just getting tossed around inside here. It should be a nice little dish. Okay, so there it is. That's the dish. So let's go for a little taste test and see what concoction I've just made up. Not too bad. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's edible. It will do. Okay, so it's now dinner time. So that leftover sort of, I'd call it more couscousy type of food I had for lunch from the milk. So we've got the milk which is in here. we are now going to make our milk bread, as we talked about earlier on. So it did ask for 240 grams of flour, but I've just opted to go to 200 because I haven't got too much left, and I think with that I can probably make 2 more batches of pancakes. So I'm trying to be sparingly sort of on there. It does say 190 mils of milk. I'm going to put 190 mils of milk into the container, but I'm also going to put it in until you get a dough-like consistency, but it does not require you to knead. Yeah, that's what it says on here. It just says all you've got to do is add the rice milk until dough forms, and then for a small loaf, place on a lined baking tray, and then put in the oven for 30 minutes for 220 degrees. So that is what we're going to do. So we're going to get that, I'm going to make the dough, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the top of it just to make it just a little bit nicer, and then we're going to put that into the oven for 30 minutes. In the meantime as well, we're also going to be making a lentil soup. Again, the recipe and the book say it's 170 grams. If you look at the ration books, it says 90 grams, so I'm going to go for 90 grams. I boil up 90 grams of wash for lentils, 90 grams of lentils, cook them up, and then going to blitz them up again in the food processor and make a nice little soup, and then hopefully the bread will be done, so I've got bread and soup for dinner. So, hopefully this all works fine. Okay, so we've got the flour, get a little bit of milk. I'm not going to put all of it in there because, as I said, I have loosened the amount down. So we'll get that, we'll give it a nice little stir, and then hopefully we'll get ourselves a nice batter of dough consistency, and then I can form that into a ball for my baking tray, which is just here. I just lined it with a bit of greaseproof paper, and that's on there. So we'll get back to you when I've done that. It's getting sticky now. I'll take the ring off. Okay, so all sticky fingers are nearly gone. We've got a bit of bread, a bit of dough here. So I'm thinking of making it a bit of a long sort of bread, like so. And then I'll get it on the chopping board. I'll get it on the chopping board. I'll roll it out a little bit. But I did say I want to try to make it last a little bit longer. So I think if I stretch it out, it should. I could portion that to 3 little bits, can't I? Yeah, it's sort of on there. So let's stretch that out. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it look pretty as well. I'm going to slice it, yeah, a bit like you do in a bakery, yeah. Making myself a baguette. Yeah, there we go. Pull. Just try and slice it down there. There we go. A little slice. We've got it in there. We'll put that onto my tray, and now we'll put that in the oven for 30 minutes. Okay, so now for the lentils. So we just used the lentils I've got here, just used 90 grams, which you can see just there. And all I'm going to do now is give these a quick rinse, and then put some water in the pot, and then just get them on the boil. And that is it. I'm going to add some, again, I'm going to add my cumin, sort of to the lentil soup. I think this says that you can make nearly 2 meals, so if the bread works out really well, I might be able to get 2 out of this when I blitz it down. But we'll soon find out when I blitz it and how much bread actually is made. A bit of water in here. Give them a little rinse. So we will start the cooking process. Bit more water in there. I just had a quick thought. I think I might just put 1 spoon of my kidney beans in there. So I've got loads in there, and I only use like a quarter of a tin, not even a quarter of a tin. So I thought, hang on, if I just put some of those in there, hang on, if I just put a couple of spoons in there. At least that's going to give it a bit more flavour, mix it up a little bit, and so when I blitz it up, it's got lentils and kidney beans with a bit of cumin. I think that'll work that better. I've still got that many kidney beans left in the tin, and I'm still doing fine. Oh no, disaster! I've just been answering a message I just got on my last video, yesterday's video, and I forgot about it. I just heard the smell, the burning smell. I hope I've just caught it. Oh, do you know what? I've just caught this just in time, just before it started to burn. So there's no need to strain any water out of it because there's no water to strain out of. So I'll put this into the blitzing pot now. Well, so I get the blitzer in there and I'll blitz it inside this pan. So it's over there. But then the bread's done in a couple of minutes as well. and then we'll be ready to go. Oh, the alarm's just gone off. Let's have a quick look at the bread. Oh, it's looking alright. Let's get the oven glove. Let's give it out, let's give it a little tap test. It's quite dense. It's quite a dense bread. It's quite a solid bread as well. I think that'll probably do it. Let's turn that off. Just leave that in there just to keep warm because I've got to go pick my daughter up. So just leave that in there. That can stay warm. Give it some time. Okay, I just took the bread out of the oven. I thought I'll just take it out in case it burned. It's a little bit dense, so it's a dense bread, but what do you expect just from rice, water and from flour? But no other use. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in this because I think it's a little bit too thick. So I boiled the kettle. I'll put a little bit of boiling water in there just to make it a little bit thinner. And we'll blitz that. And what I might do as well, and add a little bit of cumin because I can. But that's it for now. So I'm going to put this, cover this back up, get everything washed up. Let's go pick her up back up from school, and then we'll be
gymnastics.
Yeah, we'll go pick it back at gymnastics, and then we'll be back to eat dinner. Okay, so it's all cooked now. It's all done. Picked everyone up. Everyone's back in bed now. It's been about an hour or so since I actually made the food. But the bread is still warm because I covered up with tea towel. I covered my soup up with some tin foil. I've just blitzed it in the microwave for 30 seconds just to heat it back up again. But the smells are actually really good. The bread is more like a baseball bat. I think it's really, really dense, really, really hard. But it's actually big enough. You'll see. Yeah, it's big enough. I've cut it into 3, so I can cut two lots out of this. So I've got 3 dinners worth of bread sitting in there, and I've also got my lentil with cumin and those couple of spoons of kidney beans inside there as well. So let's have a quick look what this is going to taste like. I can smell it already and it smells lovely. Right, so here we go. Yes! What a winner! Winner, winner, a lentil dinner. That's what we say on there. Right, but what is the bread like? Do you know what? I can't even bite it. Is that dense? Yeah, it tastes alright. It's really, really thick. I think what I should have done is made it in thinner. I thought it might rise a little bit, but I think if I made it thinner, it would have been even better. But so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to turn this into croutons. I'll cut it up. I'm going to break my teeth to pieces. So we think it's so hard. But it does taste really nice though. Just the rice milk and the flour. Took about 3.5 hours to make the thing. But I'm going to eat this and enjoy my meal. So see you in a bit. There we are, all ripped up, all broken up, ready for lentils, sort of on there. And the wife wants to try a little bit, so I'll leave a little bit out for her as well. But that's it, I'll see you in a review. Okay, so, review time of the day. Yes, I cooked everything inside the inside the kitchen today. One of the ones wasn't even cooked, that was leftovers from last night. But I think, looking at the recipes, if you look at them and piece them all together, like I've done today with 2 of them, I've taken the milk bread and I've taken the lentil soup and I've made those two and actually put them together and made 1 meal out of it. Yes, the bread is going to make me another 2 more meals. The lentils I probably could have got away with making a little bit less because there was a load in there. My wife did eat a couple of mouthfuls as well because she really liked it. But they were really, really nice, I must say. They're really, really nice. So it's all about what you can do to it. I added a few kidney beans into the thing. Lunch was all the leftovers from making the rice milk. I've never made rice milk before, so I really enjoyed the experience of making that. Next time I make sure I won't make so much mess when I do it. But I had the leftovers on there, and for breakfast was the leftovers from last night's dinner, because I made so much I just couldn't eat it all. So actually, looking at the of the refugee rations, I was struggling to eat some of the portions, because you look at the quantities, you think, well, that's not that much. And actually, so I make it, and I'm really full afterwards. So going forward between the next day and tomorrow, I can afford to reduce the quantities of this stuff to make my stuff last a bit longer, because I've only got a little bit of flour left to make 2 more servings of flour, but I've got bread now for the next 2 days, so I'm not going to have any flour for the next couple of days, because I've got my bread sort of on there. I've still got my rice, I've still got my 1.5 kilos of rice I've not even touched yet. I've still got my 2 tea bags, and I've still got my half of lentils and a 2/3 can of kidney beans, and I've still got my sardines as well. So I've got a couple of ideas to do with the sardines, so coming home. Excuse me. I get some water after this, just to mix it up a little bit. But that's it. Good day today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. But just remember, support me and support the refugees out in Syria. There is a link down below, just below the channel. Click that. Give whatever you can. Any little helps, sort of on there. That'd be really appreciated. From support the cause, and this supports me going through what I'm going through now with the challenge. It doesn't seem that hard, but I think it's going to be a little hard at the end of the week when I'm actually running out of stuff, sort of coming down there. And that's it from me. Just remember, it's better to be one wilderness than to fight and struggle. Next video, I'll see you then. Bye for now.